Today I'm going to be working on getting the engine out of the bike so we can start moving the frame around, start cleaning it up so I can move it, things like that. I'm going to try to take the front forks off, the rear wheel hopefully coming off. I've been struggling with this sprocket, the front sprocket, since I don't have a rear brake connected to it, since it's seized up and I've drained the fluids out of that. I don't think I'm going to be able to check into the sprocket. I don't think I need to do anything down there anyway. So if I do have to do anything with the sprocket, it's going to have to be once I get a new chain on, fix the rear brake, and then try to clean it up. But I think otherwise I'm just going to have to try to clean it up as is on the engine currently. I'm going to break the chain. We're going to remove the rear wheel and take off the front forks, lay it on its side, check the engine, and try to pop the frame up over the top. So that's the goal.
Strangers winking on my feet. Then I see the moonlight sparkling in your eyes. Oh, my body's frozen and my soul's on fire. Just follow me, baby. Pulling at me with a foxy move. Gently come over. My body's a boat sailing through the blue. I keep moving. Our lips are near and our pulse is cruising. You feel them too, the inner vibes. Our keys are locked and our hearts go wide. Down the dark, just feel my eyes. I lost the trace of my moonshine. Of my moonshine. Of my moonshine, of my moonshine. Moving shadows in a club, it's you I need to meet.
Over the last couple weekends, I built this workbench. I wanted a place to mount my vise and my drill press. So the drill press, that's a little pin, you like pull that out, and then the table rotates at that point, at that spot, and the drill press is permanently mounted, but when I'm not using it, I can leave it flat. So I have a flat workspace, so now that I got the rear swing arm off, I'm just trying to get this rear brake on off because they ran it under this arm. There was a little cotter pin that was stuck in there for a while, so I finally got that out. Get that off, put the swing arm back on, get the tire back on, then I can actually lay the bike on its side. Alright, so I got the chain off. Tried to remove the rear sprocket, but without the brake, that didn't go very well. I put the rear axle back on, put the rear swing arm back on. I had to remove the swing arm to get the chain off because I couldn't break the chain for some reason. I don't know why, but it also says in a lot of the manuals that I don't need to break the chain. I just need to remove the axle, so went with that. Now I'm going to try to lead. In a lot of the manuals, it says you don't break the chain at all. you have to remove the sprocket, loosen the wheel, and then the chain comes off. It never breaks. So that's removed. At this point in time, I've removed everything I can to be able to lay the bike on its side and drop the engine out. So I'm going to loosen up the bolts holding the engine in on the left-hand side so that hopefully I can just pop those out of the left, lay it down on the left side, and pull the bolts out of the right, lift the frame up and out. That's the goal. We'll see how that works. So I've got this pink foam. You can see that's what I used when I laid the bike down before, one of my other videos. I'm going to try using this again to see if I can lay it down and then be able to pick the bench up later and set it up on the workbench. So I'll see if I can do this without anybody helping me. I may have to grab one other person. That's where we're at. So I found this thing. I was holding some wires on. I was wondering what it was, and then I realized it's an old twist tie to a sandwich bag that was holding on some electrical. So that's awesome. Okay, so I got the engine out of the bike. Granted, I probably could have done that a little bit cleaner. Definitely needed a couple people to help me out. I know a lot better how to get it back in. It's got to go on that one side. There's a couple tabs that are not removable on the left side of the bike. Therefore, if you're going to do it with the frame pulling out, you got to put the engine down on the right and left the frame up on the left, because that was successful. I thought I could finagle that tab around the engine initially, and as I got more into it, we could not get it around that tab those first couple times that we had tried. So third time's the charm. Got the engine out. Now I'm going to be taking off the forks and the rear wheel. I thought I was going to get to that today. Not truly possible. So I'll be getting to that probably sometime over the next few weeks. I leave for my sister's wedding this coming Friday. So probably won't get much work done on the bike this coming weekend for a while. But those wheels are the next thing to come off, because then the frame will be mobile and I can take it down to the Maker Lab to start chopping, which is what I'm excited about. In the meantime, I'm gonna eventually try to mount the engine, definitely give it a good clean. Yeah, it's pretty gross. So we'll get that cleaned up at some point. I'd like to try to build some sort of wooden mount to put the tabs on and keep it more upright so that I can work on it successfully, but the bench is holding up nicely. The engine is out, ready to be cleaned, ready to be serviced. I will have to rebuild the top after doing those compression tests and looking at the results. Those pistons, piston rings are probably worn out, and heck, it was painful enough to get that thing out. So as long as it's out, I might as well take the time, spend the extra little bit of money to make sure it's done right and good for a while. But at this point in time, I'm done for the day. I'm exhausted because that thing was heavy. If you like these videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, stay tuned for more. Leave a comment in the bottom. I try to respond to everything I get. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day.